Erev Tov Matula. Good morning in St. Louis. Greetings to everyone around the United States, around the world, inside of Israel, wherever you are dialing in from today. We're delighted to be with you. It's 2023.
No.
Yeah, it is. We're here. We made it. And now Becky and I are in sweatshirts. We're going to sweat with you. We're going to make your life feel even better being with us in community. Today, Becky Srour, our gymnast turned physical therapist, is going to help us stretch. Well, virtual physical therapy. We all need a little of it. So first and foremost, everybody, welcome to you. Thanks for being with us. My name is Wayne Firestone. Here we are in 2023 in our webinar series that does allow us to stretch a little bit, get to meet some new friends, and hopefully, feel healthier and happier at the end of the hour. So I want to give everyone an opportunity to make a New Year's resolution right now. Even if you already did, this could be related to your health, okay? It doesn't have to just be exercise, but one resolution about how you're going to be a healthier person. That's one of the things we do and sort of promote in our series of wellness. It includes health, it includes exercise, it includes getting a little sunshine and going for a walk every day. Spoiler alert, mine is to do some more health and wellness on a daily basis in 2023. Rhea is telling more time stretching, a few minutes every day. I think that's a really good idea. Anything that you feel is going to make you healthier and happier that relates to your physical and mental well-being, let us know what that is. Oh, I like that one. Better balance. And who better to ask than a gymnast about balance? Becky, what is your resolution for 2023?
Balance is a good idea. I think physically I'm not so bad, but other things in life, of course. This is my 40th year on Earth, so it's coming up.
Well, you have the advantage of having walked and tumbled over a very narrow space, which is very good physical preparation. Does it translate into other aspects of your life as well?
I think so, actually. It's interesting that you're asking that. Balance these days is really not easy. I have a lot of friends who are absolutely amazing people and getting back to work after not working for a while or things like that, and just really get sucked in to that life, and it's not always so easy to find the balance. And I'm actually happy that I made a decision in my life to try and do that. Also for me, I have the inside classes, and then all the work around it, and it can sort of overflow,
And I know when we were chatting before, even that this is actually lesson number 8 for the day. So balance is also sort of working
so
on
I try to balance it off with other days that are less hectic.
Well,
but yeah.
We've already heard from Anita, stretch yoga or Pilates every day. That's a great one. Deborah is saying more mindful living on a daily basis. So you've got a captive audience today, Becky, of people who are stretching and thinking about their daily routines in a new way. So tell us a little bit about what you're going to do. I'll be off camera, but I'm going to be joining along with you. And if there's any other questions that come up, we encourage everyone in the chat. We got Suzanne is working on a strong core for strong posture. That's always a good thing. I'm always challenged with that as well.
Strong and flexible and
Great.
talking about that sort of physical, mental health, I was actually listening to a podcast with Ido Portal. He's an amazing movement person, and he was actually talking about, being very technical, which is not always the best thing. I give these instructions, but sometimes you just have to experiment with yourself and look a little bit silly, doing something and, not working maybe on two legs, but just sort of, trying to find a game, in what you do. So maybe that's a little bit of a resolution, to look silly a little bit, to try out things. I find that I started brushing my teeth, sort of, playing around. Stuff like that. And for one, it would look a little weird, I guess, because no one's looking at me. So, just find ways to get your body moving. You got a wall, lean on it, stretch, open a previous webinar and, get ideas.
Fantastic. All right. So
we're gonna talk about balance. We're gonna work with the foam roller today, as we promised. I hope you guys have one, and if not, just take a look. And you can join us sort of without it or with anything else that you might have. Roll a towel, some cushioning. If you have a pair of hand weights, it can also add. Of course, I didn't ask you to bring it, but it's always a plus. So you see, just be playful, just be more creative. You can take what I give today. What I also like about it is the nice massage that you get while you're working out, actually. So I really recommend just having a foam roller at home and putting it next to your bed or the television or something like that. And I'll give you some ways to work with it. But again, if you don't have it, you can find ways to do things without it. Okay.
All right, let's get silly and play a little bit here.
Yeah, I guess I'll take off the sweater. Not that bad. And we're going to start putting it across our mat. Okay. And we're going to sit down. Put the weights on the side. For now, we don't really need it. Now, in the beginning, we're not going to do much extension, but we're going to develop into that. And for many people, it might be a little hard in the beginning. So putting some cushioning behind you might help. So if you have something around, I recommend it. Okay, so let's say we'll give a bit of some self-care. So we're putting the roller beneath the scapula, and we're just going to start extending slightly. As we inhale, make sure you place your feet on the ground, open your toes, feel that you're really pressing into the ground, and open up just a little bit, and make sure that your head is just leaning on your arms and your elbows are pulling upwards. Okay, so inhale as we go back just a little bit. Exhale to come up. As we exhale, we can feel our tummy pull up a little bit. Again, inhale. Exhale. This is sort of get the feeling of the roller along our back. And up. And that's it. So we're just going to tilt ourselves backwards a little bit. Lift up our pelvis. Roll very, very slowly back. And forward. As high up and down as you feel. You can even walk a little bit backwards if you want. And come back forward if you want. Okay, just to get a larger range. Okay, so this is something that why not do it every day? It's nice. You'll see that you're never going to want to massage that. You're never going to need it. By the way, I know that I have different toughnesses of rollers, so some might be a little tougher than the others. You can find something that suits your range, that's the best. Okay, now we're going to extend our legs. Okay, and we can try to give a little bit more of an extension, see if you've got it. As we open up our elbows, inhale here. Exhale, and just lift up slightly, ever so slightly. Your head is again resting on your hands. Long toes. Okay, so they're not really pointed, they're just reaching out. And again, inhale. And try to pull your the base of your skull a little bit backwards. Feel your neck pulling out a bit. Inhale. And exhale. And in. And exhale. And one more time, inhale. Exhale. And then lengthen your arms up, back, forward, and come up. And just relaxing over here. Okay? Soften your body a little bit. And little by little, go back. And forward, up, and again to the back of the head, the base of the skull. Now we're going to place our legs back again. And we're going to work on pelvic curls or lift. Okay, so we're pressing down into the ground, lifting up, and again, just relaxing the head, which is more or less the height of the ribs, and relax. So at this point, we're trying to lengthen our hips, okay, as close to our heels as possible. And we're just going up and down, long neck again, and up. Try to get your body as straight as you can from the point of touch on the roller all the way through the pelvis to the knees and out. And again, try to just relax the neck. Press down into the ground and try to lift the pelvis a little higher. And down. And one more. And down. And we're going to lift back up. And we're going to relax one side. So you see my pelvis is sort of tilting. And just over here, try to notice how your stomach and everything is sort of flowing down to one side. And then go back up and rotate to the other side. So really just relaxing. Now it's my left leg. And again, press both of them into the ground. Relax. Press. And relax. Press, relax, and last one. Press as much as you can. And now you're just going to pull yourself further away from yourself. So your elbows are pulling back. And the pelvis goes as close to the heels as possible. And then tilt forward just a little bit. Straighten your legs again to a flex position. And then try to open yourself a little bit more. Now, notice how the lower back doesn't arch that much. It's just nice and long. And the movement comes from the upper back. And then back up again. Now, we're going to try to inhale to our sternum and solar plexus. Okay, and this helps us form that further extension. And then you can feel as if you want to bring the roller closer to the bottom of your body. And exhale and curl. Closing your elbows and curling and deepening the flexion. And again, lift your elbows up. So feel as if you're pulling your armpits up with your elbows up, 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 up. And then open. And again, lift up, inhale. Now, if you feel that the roller is sort of went back, then you can push it in a little bit. And again, you can do as much as you can do now. Okay, so again, the resolution this year is just to do those itsy bitsy little steps. Doesn't have to be what I'm doing right now. It has to be something in that direction. Exhale. And lift up, 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 up. Open the elbows. Try to feel it if both sides are opening up as much, evenly, more or less. And if not, maybe you have to pull, okay, or expand a little bit more on the side that is having more trouble. One more time. Inhale. Okay, and now we're going to go to the side. So I'm opening up a little bit and just pulling one elbow, the elbow. I'm not bending. Well, we can do some bending if we want, but it's not the purpose. Now we're going to rotate. Okay, so I'm putting one elbow towards the ground. Okay, the head can come with the chest. Let's come with the elbow. Another elbow just comes up a little bit, but I'm not closing. Okay, just stay open. And back. Elbow towards the ground. And back. And again, elbow. Inhale as you rotate. And next to come back. One more. Each side. I'm going to push myself back a little bit. So again, just feel what feels good to you. Okay, and then we're going to roll up again. And we're going to take it through one side all the way up and down. Twice in each direction. So we're closing up. And then take it through one side. Pull the elbow open. Open up the second one. Close a little bit. Not a lot. Exhale to come up. And again, inhale. And other side, to the left, open the elbow. Pull in the roller. Exhale. And last one. Next. And back. Beautiful. Okay. Now we're going to do a few roll up and roll down. We can also use what's called the neck pull, in which we actually pull the neck. It's much harder because we don't have the help from the hands. By the way, using the weights can actually assist in driving that up. Okay, so you can decide whatever you want to do. And if you need the help in the back, you can use it. Okay, put your hands behind. If you don't, you can use your hands. So we're going with you. So it could be either this way or this is fine. Stretch forward or with the assistance. Inhale, exhale. And this part might be a little bit harder to get up, so maybe over here, you might want to send your arms forward. Two more. In. Exhale. Last one. Open. Pull your arms forward a little bit. Okay, this is called spine stretch forward. So we're going to reach forward with our arms, forward with our heels, and just let our tummy sort of push back on the exhale. Okay, so inhale, expand, exhale, lengthen. One. Inhale, two. Exhale. One more time. In. And exhale and lift up. And see how your back feels now. Okay. Now we've got all the sitting position, which often can be a little bit tough, just to get yourself to sit straight. So now we're a bit elevated, so it can help people that have trouble sitting. Okay, so we're going to flex our feet. Whoever wants to use some extra weight for the shoulders, welcome to. Okay, and we're going to rotate a little bit and see if maybe the rotation feels a little bit easier after opening and expanding. Okay, so we're going to inhale and try to feel that your ribs are spinning around the nice and long elongated vertebra. And the position of the arm is like this. Okay, don't pull yet. Okay, so we're just rotating from side to side. Okay. So inhale to one side, exhale to come back. Inhale and exhale to come back. In and exhale and in and exhale. Now we're gonna double pulse. So it's in and exhale back. And 1, 2, and exhale back. And exhale and 1, 2, and exhale. We're gonna try to combine the two movements together. So we're going to inhale to rotate, take the arm back. First of all, try and just reach as far as you can. And you're elongating in all possible directions, including the hip over here. Don't let it come up. Okay. And now rotate the back arm inwards. Okay. And then we're going to stretch our spine in the diagonal position. Okay. So exhale here. Roll back up, you can lift the arm. Inhale to rotate. Pull the arms away from each other. Rotate the other arm back. And again, lift again. Do the other side. Pull the arms apart. Rotate and exhale. Feel the arm pulling the scapula and pulling your ribs backwards. And this pulls the other ribs forwards. Okay, try to get that feeling in. And all the way back up. Last time. Away from each other. Rotate inwards and again, try to elongate, lengthen the arms away from each other. And then. Okay, so now let's talk about balance. So we're gonna rotate the roller and sit at the very, very edge, okay, of the roller. And now we've got the weights with us. Now I know it can be uncomfortable sitting like this, but it's actually not a bad idea. Just to get the pelvic floor relaxed. Okay, try not to resist, split it. Okay, so try to lengthen yourself up here. I know it can be a little bit hard, but just be there and focus on relaxation. Okay, and then we're going to roll back a little bit. Okay, and just try and imagine that a nice feeling along the sacrum. And come back up slowly. Inhale. Exhale. And again, inhale. And you can try to do it without the hands. And you might get a which is fine. Inhale here, lift. Exhale. I also know that it's not easy to look sideways, okay, so you probably want to be facing me and then maybe across, okay, so again, you have to go back and see it or do it without the roller in the beginning. And now, if you need it, then you can just walk yourself down and again, try to curl and go one vertebra after the other, or of course, you can do without your hands. Step well, okay, make sure your feet are planted into the ground and go down one vertebra after the other. And feel the length and nice and straight. The vertebrae are placed on the roller. Now your hands are facing each other. If you've got a weight, it's right in the wrist, the palm of your hand. And we're just going to lower both of the shoulders as if you want to hug the roller, okay, between your shoulders and your scapula. And then exhale to push up. Inhale. Now, the wider your feet are standing, the easier it will be. The closer they are, the harder. So you can check that. And inhale. Exhale. In and exhale. And now we're going to do it one hand at a time. So we're going to lower one shoulder on the inhale. Exhale to pull it up. Lower the other inhale and push it up on the ends. In and in. Nice. And one more time. Good. Both hands face the knees. Inhale. And as you exhale, lower your hands backwards, or actually lifting them over your head. But don't reach the ground, okay? Be at a about 10, 20 degree angle. From the parallel to the floor. And back up on the inhale. Exhale. Come back. This is just great shoulder workout. And try to feel how your shoulder blades glide down beside the roller here. Now, if you want to make this a little bit harder, you can lift up your heels. Okay, so that's one way to start getting it a little bit more challenging. I wouldn't lift both legs if you want to actually get the numbers in. But you can also lift up one leg and just try and do the same thing. Okay. And let's try the other leg. Good. Okay, let the hands relax a little bit. So we're just placing the hands on the floor in A position. And we're going to take our right leg just to the side. So it's bent at 90-90. And we're opening and closing. Inhale as you open and try to feel like you're inhaling into the opposite rib, okay? Rib cage. And exhale to come back. So just feel how your arms respond and what you're doing with the rest of your body, what you have to do with the leg that's pressing. And standing there and trying to stabilize the hips, perhaps, the entire body on that roller. Okay, let's do it on the other leg. So open and you inhale. By the way, you don't have to inhale here. You can also try and exhale, which will activate the abs. And it's actually easier to stabilize yourself that way. So you can experiment with this. Okay. Always good to sort of know the basics and then get creative. Okay, so now we're going to try and do it with our hands slightly lifted. Okay, so open up and close. And if you need a finger, then okay, don't be shy. Just do that. Okay, and then try also to do some like sort of knee circles. Excuse me, and maybe your hands are sort of hovering above the floor or the ball or the weights or whatever, and just responding if we need that. Okay, and the other way around. Okay, other leg. So we're opening and closing first. Oh, we did that, excuse me. And go around in circles, outwards. Try to see if you can lift your hands a little bit, the fingers. And the other direction. Okay. Nice. So now we got both hands on the floor or on the weights or wherever you want them to be. And on the exhale, we're going to bring our legs up to the bending of the knees and then straightening them up a little bit more. So since we have this elevation in our entire body, the hip can get slightly more extended. Okay, and then we're just going to throw back to the leg. Okay, so we're sending the other one forward, sort of a bicycle, but very slow motion. Get a nice hip extension, and you want to press your heel into the ground. Okay, There are a lot of movements here that include the flexion of the hip. We also need to get it a little bit more open. And then we're really going to turn this into a bicycle. So we're just going to go through the bending and straight, and you can flex the foot. And again, try to see how much you can play with the balance here. And then you get an immediate core workout for those who were looking for New Year resolution. Nice. And the next one is going to be a helicopter. So you can either set, if your center isn't prepared yet, you can start by doing it in a shorter range. Okay, it's a little bit easier. So we're going to take one leg forward and the other backwards, both of them sideways, and then the other leg comes forward and the other goes backwards, and then we close. Okay, so we're drawing 2 half circles with our legs. Do it a few times on one side or with the legs straight. One more, and then the other way around. Okay, let's start bend. So between 3 and 6. Open side to side, and make sure you're looking at your legs. Keep that connection. And straight if you want, you don't have to get there yet. 2. You can really try and get the hips open there, as I said before, and enjoy that. Good. And that's it. Step nice and comfortable. Lift both your arms up, and then we're going to take one arm forward and the other back. And just see how far you reach. Try not to arch your back this time. Just let it lengthen along the roller. And up and change. Up and change. In, out. In, in. And you can do a double beat, so it's 1, 2, and 1, 2, and 1, 2, and 1, 2, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. And this is one of my favorites. We're just going to take our arms back as much as we can. Again, you don't need the weights. Reach as far as you can. Extend a little bit the chest. Bend your elbows, and just let your hands glide on the floor until they strain next to your hips. And then just relax your whole spine. And again, lift. Arch a little bit. Bend the elbows. And roll. Up. And again, if it's too much for you with the weights, just move it out. You can do the other way around, although the first position is more of a fave. And then as you lift your arms up, roll up a little bit. And again, open and up. You lift your heels. And one more time. And also over here, we'll try. Again, we get the hip extension. Put your arms on the floor, not on anything else. Okay. And on the exhale, we're going to slide with our legs towards the body and lift them up. Okay. So inhale. On the exhale, slide the leg. Roll your body backwards. And again, if you don't feel comfortable on the roller, don't do it on the roller, just on the ground. Straighten the legs and try to roll a little bit. And lengthen, lengthen, lengthen all the way back. If you need to bend your knees, this is the time. And glide them back forward, or just let them stand on the ground. Okay, so again, work according to your ability right now. And then try to find the next step. Okay, again, straighten and exhale, roll over. So your arms are nice and long, your shoulders are open because we open them. And exhale. Really feel the spine Just opening up one last time. Make sure belly doesn't pop forward over here, okay? So again, if it's too big a range of motion, just make it smaller, okay? And again, then straighten your knees over the head. Okay, you can always try to come up with it. Back down, straight legs, arms behind your head. And you can come down carefully through the side, or you can try and roll up. Okay, so again, you feel safe. Do you exhale to come up and then wobble, but we're finding the balance. Okay. So now I'm gonna turn for our stomachs. Okay. So we're just gonna lie on the tummy. Okay, and lengthen our arms. And our hands are facing each other. So you get some more scapular motion over here. Make sure that your hips are nice and open because we opened them before. So you can get that good feeling. And just push the roller forward and backwards. Inhale to push and just feel how your ribs open up. Exhale, pull it back in and make that space between your ears and your shoulders and your arms. And again, inhale to push. Exhale. Pull it back in, feel the connection between the abs and the scapula. In and one more time, inhale. We're pulling back, we're pressing down on the roller and letting our chest lift up a little bit. And try to just relax your tummy a little, don't contract it. Relax it and bring it forward. Okay, so you're trying to stand up with the front of your ribs and just get a nice opening for the back and not a contraction in the lower back. How do we prevent that? Again, relaxing, sending our ribs forward, and you can also contract a little bit in the gluteal fold right down here through the hamstrings. Okay, and that gives a good feeling rather than like a tightening one. Okay, so we're pulling our scapula nice and back and wide. Inhale. As we exhale, come down. If you don't have the roller, you can just use this sort of feeling that you're pulling the floor back and lifting up, okay? But this again, it just gives a nicer movement. Inhale here and exhale. Nice and long. And if you lift down, forward. And the leg is pulling back. Don't think up or don't have the knee. Long. And again, inhale, the leg comes down. Chest up. Exhale, other leg comes up. And in. Exhale. And in. Stay up there and really get that feeling of the pull through the front line. And you can flex your feet if you feel comfortable with that, just to get that extra pull. And come down very, very slowly, one vertebra after the other. Armpits get sent forward as far as you can, and then let your head come down. One more time, so we're pulling sideways and backwards. And through that, sort of pulling back with the arms, the chest comes forward. Up. Okay, and then if you want to add some more energy to it, you can just with the swing, again, if you feel comfortable. Nice. Okay, relax with this. You can push back. You can actually, if you want a little bit more power, just show you, you can bring yourself back. Okay. We'll go on all fours, all six. And it's a good place to get our wrists a little bit warmed up. So we're going backwards and forward just through the energy place, either on the wrist where we might be more used to it, or the front. And just give it a bit of a play, okay? So the fingers are sort of pushing forward and pushing, facing. Front and back. Nice. And then same one, pretty stable place. Okay, keep your shoulders above and a little bit behind your head, and your knees and hips are also more or less aligned. And we're just gonna stand a little bit forward, just a little bit, see what happens, and make sure that you're not lifting up your shins, okay? Just press them down into the ground. So send it a little bit forward and back, okay? Again, forward and back. Forward, inhale, and one more time. Okay, it's under us, and we're leaning forward, getting some more pressure on the wrist, and then pulling back. So now the roller is stable. And forward and back. Now, if you want to give it a bit more of a workout, so flex your feet and lift up. Okay, so we're going forward and backward, and forward and backward, and keeping the roller stable. Okay, and then back to what we did before, slide forward, slide back. Look at this, slide forward, slide back. And then if you want to give it a little bit more, you can try with one leg. So again, forward and back, and arms forward and back. Other leg. Even this can be just done on the floor. Got more stability there. Okay. Good job. And now we said that we get the massage, so we'll do some more relaxation. By the way, you can also just stretch the wrists a little bit if you feel like they got too much work. Okay, other hand. Is there any questions there? Be happy to answer.
So far we're good. We're all stretching here with you, but so nobody in the chat.
Okay, great. I thought I saw something. Okay, so now we're gonna start curling over to the cat position. So really feel like you're pressing down into the roller. Although, try with it. Have someone kick it for you. That's a good one. And then go all the way back. Roll the roller. Okay, so it's gonna reach more or less up to the elbows, if you can, or maybe you can, to wherever you can. And then go all the way back, round your pelvis, and through the round position. Straighten up, and you can lean forward, bring your hips forward, and again, curl through the pelvis, press it down, and back. Roll forward. Arms with the hands looking at each other. Okay, so you can go as much as you can. Okay, you can really reach the nice or long plank here. Not easy, but watch out with that. And again, round, and again, bring yourself forward and up. Try to lengthen through the arms, and again, left side, and forward, and back and roll. Nice. Okay. So now we're going to work a little bit on opening up our hips a little bit. So everybody knows these stretches, right? So we can do that a little bit. It's got nothing to do with the roller. You can just place it like this if you want. It's another option. But many of us have the sciatic nerve issues. So a really nice position would be to actually put it at the end of the roller, more or less in that area, okay, on the external rotators. And just give yourself a bit of a rest over here. Just stay here and try to just let your external rotators relax a bit and get pressed in, okay? With a little bit of a resting position, or bend forward. And stretch your arms. Okay, we'll do one leg and the other. Okay, so got the kneeling forward. Lift up the knee a little bit. And then rotate our leg. Find that place where you want to feel the roller digging in. And just relax your hips over here. Okay, now that we're open from before, and you can reach this area a little bit more. Okay, and move forward. Okay, now we're going to try a little bit of a balance workout. I highly recommend using something, okay, something stable. And so first we're just going to warm up our feet. Okay, this is nice, just again using it in different ways, this roller. Okay, so just get the foot warmed up a little bit. Okay, so forward and backwards a little. And go in different rates in different areas of your foot. Let's do it on the other foot. Get ourselves up a little bit after lying down. Okay, and then again, holding on to something. By the way, I have these ropes over here. Start just going up and down. Okay. Okay, lifting up the heel and coming down. Okay, so again, you can use something to keep yourself stable. Okay, and the tougher the roller, the harder it's going to be. And then little by little, you can just try and push off from the floor a little bit. And then maybe try and keep a little bit longer there. Okay. So again, just working a few balance positions. Okay. Spread your arms out to the side, or again, hold on to something. Okay. This is one way, and then if you can just step back a little bit more and lunge positions. Okay, and just bend towards the roller. If you need, you can put your hands on that something that you were using before, and just pushing it forward and backward a little bit. You can use you can actually rotate your hip here and bring it back. Okay. Okay, and if you got no knee problems, you bend and give this a stretch. Okay, and roll it forward and back as much as you please. To get more of that split. Anyone can hear a solution to get a split? Okay, and again, by the way, you also get that massage on your foot there. Okay, so again, we're going to start with the other leg. Step on it, arms to the side or holding on to something, and just placing some more pressure on the foot, and it's a nice arch opener. Okay, go up and down in the beginning. And you can sort of play with where you're placing your weight and how you're pushing up. It can be from the front leg, pushing to the front leg, or by lifting up the heel or pushing down onto the floor. Okay, so we've got all kinds of options here. See what feels good to you, or do all of them. Different rates, okay, so you can also go faster, up, but actually going slow and feeling where your foot wants to go, front and forward or backward, where it wants to tilt. It's also something to deal with, okay? Up and down. Also playing with different positions. So you can also actually go here, but this is not easy at all. Okay, so it's the balance of the angle here. Again, make sure you're using something, okay? But it's actually an interesting workout. I'm not going to do it right now because we're still on the other leg. Okay, so we're just going to skip backwards a little bit and do a few lunges. And again, you can just do it on the floor if this is where you're at right now. And back a bit, and more of a stretch, and back, and forward. Getting a nice calf massage here. This is not easy to find that position for getting a calf massage, so this is perfect for it. And roll in, roll out, and here we get to that area. Okay. And just to the end, we're gonna give ourselves a nice scan to the front of the body. We'll start with a little bit of a workout. So again, this is again one of my favorites because get a good massage on your shin. You can be on your forearm or your hands, whatever you prefer, and just doesn't really matter. I'm not trying to get this core workout, just working the massage, okay, and rolling and having fun. So it can be here or it can be here. See on the way there you get, not even noticing a little workout, okay, as you stretch away and back, away and back, okay, so just have some fun with it. Okay, work in different positions with your hands. Okay, and you can take your pelvis to one side. You get more of that massage. One to be on its anterior, if you're walking muscle in the front was really good. And then you get more of the oblique workout. Okay, one side and the other. Just focus on what you feel you want to focus on that. Okay, and plank it out. And then we can start working out a little harder, rolling in and rolling in. Again, you don't have to lengthen your legs all the way back if you feel like you're falling down. So just press away and then roll. Okay, just curl and curl in and curl. And whoever can even perhaps lift up a bit and up. Okay, it's an option. And even with one leg, maybe coming up a bit. But again, that's something to think about. And then just moving up to the thighs. Now we'll really lie down on it. And you can just roll forward and back. And try to do it slowly and let your legs come up. I'm actually relaxing. I'm not trying to engage now. Just letting everything get the massage. And again, you can rotate onto one side. And then feel where you sort of need to stop. So often I like this whole area below the hip, okay, where all the leg muscles attach, the quads. And if I rotate a little bit further back, then I'll get more to the glutes. So wherever you are, you can just stay and sort of play around there, maybe lift and lower, rotate the leg just in one spot. And then you can sort of move on and find a different spot and do a few of the same or different movements, depending on where you feel that sort of need the bump. Okay, other side. Okay, and you can play with the position of the supporting leg. You can go Behind you, if you want to get to the glutes and lay down a little bit, or in front, if you want to get to the front of the body. Okay, so again, you can just stay here and search for what you need. For those who don't have any issues with the stomach, being pregnant or very full stomach, you can gently try and just place it down your lower, underneath your lower abs, and just relax here and try to breathe into this. Okay, so just sort of let the foam roller get in. You might feel a bit of a beat, like a pulse. Okay, as long as you feel okay with it. And inhale into it and exhale. And just really let your stomach relax. It's a very good feeling afterwards. And you can just go backwards a little bit so the roller comes up a bit. And just inhale, expand yourself, really your tummy, and exhale. Just let yourself melt down. Make sure your neck is relaxed. And so take your time here. Stretch a bit. Okay. I hope you had a good time. If you have any questions.
Becky, that was terrific. You know, I was able to, I didn't have a roller with me, and so I had to go with some modifications, even using a pillow or a towel. And I found that I could see from your movement that the roller is a whole nother experience, but it seems like you can modify and do some of these.
Yeah, you really can.
Without it.
Yes, you know, we've used the stick, we've used the balls, we've used, you know, there's so many other things. There's, you know, the balance for pita. I used a rolled up yoga mat. Oh, that's pretty good actually. A rolled up yoga mat is especially good for beginners with the extension, you know, because it doesn't get stuck in your back. It's just nice and soft, and you can do a lot of movements there, really. You would like to.
Lisa gets brownie points for innovation on using the. That is a good one. If you've got an extra mat around, do that. I want to thank you, Becky, for the. I needed the hips, man. They're talking to me today, so they're going to be talking.
Yeah, so that's a place just to focus on, right, and just be there. You know, it's like infinite, right? You go up a little bit, you go down, you lift the leg, you lower, you rotate. You know, there's so many options there. You know, if I would do that, I could spend like the entire class just on my hips, you know, sitting on it, you know, and just lifting the leg, tilting from one side to the other. It's really, everything you do is just infinite. So, yeah.
All right, Becky, you have brought us into the new year with a lot more balance and with a lot more flexibility, and we are ready to stretch into our new routines, whatever they may be. And so first of all, thank you, and we're looking forward to our next. I know we're going to have a number of sessions over the spring. You're getting lots of love in the chat, so we'll take a look at that afterwards. Make sure everybody knows about the next time you're on, and we can bring everybody back for a little bit of a reunion and see how everybody's doing on their New Year's resolutions.
Yes, let me know. You can also contact me on my Facebook.
Absolutely.
My movement. You got all the links.
Well, for any of you making a New Year's resolution to be closer to our friends and loved ones in Israel, you know that we've got your backs. So next week we go to the Jerusalem Academy of Music and Dance. Yes, I'm wearing my Broadway bling to get excited to see the kind of music and dance that's coming out of Jerusalem today. We know it is world-class. We want you to come back and join with us as we do week in and week out here at America-Israel Friendship League. Everybody have a safe start to the new year. We're looking forward to an exciting season of programming for you based on the things that you tell us you love the most. Everybody, Becky, Litraot, and everybody, we look forward to seeing you again soon.
Take care, bye-bye. Thank you. Yes, Deborah, right. There is the YouTube and the Facebook and all that.